Yay! Happy Halloween, everybody!
Woo!
Woo!
There's a Halloween treat for you.
Ooh. Oh, well, let's start this treat off. You got taglines?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
What do you mean, no?
And it's not a trick. It's a treat. There are no taglines for Ernest Scared Stupid.
Are you shitting me?
Nope.
It actually finally happened?
We did it.
We did it. We could just start the intro. The quickest time we've ever accomplished it. Let's not spoil it. So, with 10 different costume changes, 5 piles of trolls' blood and bile, countless stupid puns, 1 insane crazy trash lady, 6 to 7 wood dolls of children.
There were 4, but then there were, how many did he need? Another
He needs
4?
5, so he did create 5.
He got 5,
He got
but then there
5.
were 4 that
4
were
others.
already
So 9.
from the kids.
Right.
But then he made one after he had the 5 as well.
Plus,
he did it.
plus rim shot.
And rim shot.
So 10. I'm going with 10.
11.
11?
If you include rim shot. Because the kid was
Oh,
the
you
kid's
got to
name Billy?
include Kenny, the last kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, 11 wood dolls. And, oh, jeez. I can't even count, like, all those stupid...
Personalities?
Yeah. With a budget of $4,400,000 and a gross of $14 million, an IMDb rating of 5.8, and a Rotten Tomatoes rating of 17% rotten, it's 1991's Ernest Scared Stupid. Damn it.
That's
accurate
tagline.
for this movie. It's 1991's Ernest Scared Stupid. Let's drop some bombs.
It was a dark night in Lillibut's giant hula flying slow in the still air.
Do you smell fish?
Oh my, I'm afraid.
No, don't stick my head in those gears. It's me or you, and I have a family at the doll factory. I'll send him a nice color. You'll never get away with this, Ernest. I know where you live.
There ain't no dream about one. I know I am about swinging lumberjacks, and I ain't never had a job.
Let's see how you like a little mirror.
Welcome to Bombs Away. My name is Jonathan Young, and me...
In me.
God
I am not in
damn
you.
it. No
Quit.
taglines.
Goodbye. I leave.
No taglines just screwed me up so much.
Killed you.
Right? Oh, I'm a creature of habit. Joining me in the studio, as always, is...
Jarrett Seifert, also known as Rimshot, but for a different reason.
Oh. And this is our Halloween episode. Happy Halloween, ladies and
Yay.
gentlemen. If you're listening to this on the day of launch, it is actually Halloween. So, I hope you're driving, sitting in that traffic with your Halloween costume on and having a good time listening to us. And
Dressed up like a bumblebee or a ghost or maybe a vampire.
I'm a Sith Lord.
Or maybe you forgot, so your outfit for the day is business casual.
Or maybe you knew this episode was coming, and maybe you're just dressed in a denim vest.
Yeah. Or maybe you have to wear a uniform for work, so all you do is wear business socks underneath your uniform, and then if anyone asks what you are for Halloween, you lift up your pant legs and you go, I'm undercover boss. Because I did that once for Halloween.
God damn it. You're like Jim on The Office. I'm 3-hole punch Jim.
I hate that costume. Another time, in college, I worked in the meat department, like where you buy steaks at a grocery store. I know, my life's a joke. But we got to dress up, and my friend had a hot dog costume, so I wore that to work. Which, like, a hot dog serving you meat is, like, the funniest thing, and I didn't even place top 3. My coworker won,
You're
and
too
he was dressed
cerebral
up.
for people.
Okay, so this was 2012, and my coworker dressed up as the guy from Castaway in 2012.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, well, the carrot. I was thinking.
Oh, the volleyball.
Yeah, well,
Wilson.
No. He dressed up as the guy, like, and had a Wilson and a walking stick. And in 2012, he won. He won Best Costume.
That's like almost 10 years late.
I know. I was really mad. I was the angriest little hot dog. That's also my other nickname.
Great. Proud of you.
Anyway, Halloween.
Yeah. Anyway, Halloween. I'd like to put out a special happy birthday to my friend Caitlin Huska, whose birthday is today. So I hope she's listening to this on the way to work. Happy birthday, Caitlin.
Happy birthday, Caitlin. I don't know you.
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. It's just, something nice to do.
We're
doing
You're
things.
making her up.
Yeah, I am. I know. I'm
You
sorry.
don't have
She's a ghost.
So she died at one point. That sucks.
So, do we want to dive into this yet, or we just want to keep celebrating Halloween instead?
No, we'll just jump in because it's a pretty quality intro, I guess.
Yes. Okay. So, I watched this movie as a child.
Same. My grandma had 18 cassette tapes, and I think 2 of them I was allowed to watch. And
2 of them were
one.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yeah. There's like Ernest Scared Stupid. I think there was an Air Bud. And then one movie I never watched, but I always saw the VHS for, was Dances with Wolves. And I refused to ever watch that movie because my grandma
Nobody's dancing at all.
I know. I was like, I was like, how do you dance with wolves? And I just imagined like it was one guy raised by wolves.
I'll watch
and
Balto
they would, like,
instead.
Oh, I think she had Balto. I'm so excited. Because that is a good one. I love Balto. Classic.
Balto is from also from your favorite Amblin Entertainment.
Touchstone?
No, Amblin.
Oh, what is Amblin?
It's Spielberg's competition at Disney in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
And they did American Tail and stuff like that.
Oh, Five Goes West?
Yeah, so 50 Goes West and Balto, sorry, random tangent for you.
Take place in the same universe.
No, when Amblin separated from their parent company and created, they were their own entity.
Yeah.
So they made 3 movies in this time, and it was 50 Goes West, Balto, and I honestly can't remember the other one right now. No.
It seems very them.
It is, yeah.
Minorly terrifying, but it's animals, so
Yeah,
it's fun.
Right?
Like,
So, used to watch this as a kid, and I can tell you, even from then, that I've always loved this credit sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And I look forward to it. If somebody's like, "Oh, it's on cable or something," I'm like, "I hope I didn't miss the beginning," right? And it also made me go, "I want to do all these movies on the show."
Yeah, it was cute. It was a good way to start the movie because
the only good part, honestly.
Well,
about
I
the
think
movie,
it
I was
also
like,
it fits in very well with the genre of Ernest.
Yeah,
because it's like you already know this character. It's Vern. Troy.
Huh?
I always screw up his last name.
Jim Varney.
Jim Varney.
Vern is the
guy from
off-screen character that he talks to since he was created.
From Hey Vern, it's Ernest. Right? Yeah.
Yes.
And then who's Vern Troyer?
Huh?
What is that name?
Vern Troyer is Mini-Me.
That's right. That's why I said that. Okay. Maybe he was actually just talking to
Mini-Me
the
on the
time.
show. Mighty Joe Young.
Yes, he was in the ape suit. Which, whenever you posted that photo on Instagram, I legitimately thought that Vern Troyer was supposed to be the little girl. And I was like, he is so versatile as an actor. Tangents. We're all over the place. But, yeah, I thought it was really good because it was like, you already know this character. Unless, you've been under a rock in the early 90s. And it was just, a nice, oh, this is who I'm watching again.
Right. And after seeing this title sequence, all I could think of by the end of the movie is, I wish that was the movie. Like that all those characters maybe from the movies came
like a classic
out
horror movie instead of just some well done creepy troll, but a loosely tied together story about trolls.
Yeah. I'm seeing the brain that wouldn't die monster, and I'm seeing
basically
vampires,
any, quote, scary movie
aliens
that's been on
from
Mystery
the 50s.
Science Theater 3000.
Yeah, and I was like, I wish that I don't know. I wish the plot of this movie was that they came out of the screen and terrorized the town.
Like a
that would
Night
have been
at the
amazing.
Museum kind of mix up with Ernest.
Yeah. Let's make that movie.
Okay.
Oh wait, we can't. Rest in peace, Jim Varney.
Jim Varney. He was a classic. He voiced Slinky Dog in Toy Story 1 and 2.
That's right. He was the lead in Beverly Hillbillies, the movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was.
Yep.
Yeah, just brain blast.
Yeah. Which is my favorite. My favorite bit in that is my favorite, Leah Thompson, when she's talking in that strange French accent. She goes, "Happiness is so very hard to find." Excuse me? Happiness is so very hard to find. One more time.
Oh, it's so good.
Right? Yeah. So then we're introduced to a flashback, right?
Yes. What year is the flashback in?
I'm going to say like it kind of looks like
Colonial.
colonial pilgrimage times.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you can't really tell from their dress as much as you should have. I can only tell from Jim Varney's sideburns.
I thought it had a flash off to the side, like, or at the bottom of the screen that was like, this year.
Well, it said Briarville, Missouri, which
oh my God.
Which I go,
Missouri.
This is the first time I've seen a movie ever in Missouri. Like, I don't remember.
Missouri. Missouri. There have been a lot that are in Missouri.
Yeah.
Like, Waiting for Guffman, Gone Girl.
Oh, really?
Not Sharp Objects, but Sharp Objects is a TV show that's going to be on HBO next summer.
Oh.
Dark Places, that was an HBO movie, made for TV movie. Those are the three that I mean, really
other
know.
than Gone Girl, you're not really selling it.
I know. Like, Waiting for Guffman's hilarious.
And Gone Girl, I thought was like Canada.
Oh no, that was all actually filmed in Missouri.
Yeah.
Missouri and LA, but yeah.
So,
there's a troll stealing children. They capture him.
Right. Why didn't they just kill the troll right here? Why
Instead,
bury
they just bury him alive.
Yeah. I didn't get it.
Maybe they didn't know how to kill him, or every time they tried to kill him, it just didn't work.
I mean, maybe try burning him alive with some of these pitchforks and torches.
Burn him alive with the pitchfork.
Yeah. Well, set the pitchfork on fire, and
use it as kindling.
So, this is our first time you see Jim Varney in some sort of different costume, makeup, playing a different character.
But it's supposed to be his ancestor.
Right.
So.
It's supposed to be his great-great-grandfather or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And this is where immediately you're just like, what? Like, he puts a curse on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
on his family.
On grandfather Warrell. Let's call him that.
Yeah.
Right? And I just don't understand why.
Because
did he lead the charge here?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think he was like, yeah, because he was the one giving the speech at the hole.
Right. At the hole.
The burial hole.
The speech at the hole. One of those famous Warrell hole speeches that he did.
Gathered at the hole today.
But, okay, so this is what doesn't make any sense to me because, like, somebody wrote a book, right, telling you how to kill the troll.
Yeah. I don't really understand it either.
Write a book to tell you how to kill a troll, but then they didn't use the book?
I don't...
Or was it just a coincidence that she, like, found another book?
I think she might have had the book at one point, because the book was called, like, what? Different Trolls and Killing Them or something?
Trolls and You.
Yeah, right? It was just a book that...
How to Tame Your Troll.
Don't give DreamWorks any ideas.
Yeah, right.
Immediately,
somebody's just furiously writing this down in a car. I got it! How to Tame Your Troll!
I think it was like she might have just come across a book.
Damn it! It just sounds like the How to Tame Your Dragon like third movie.
Yeah,
right? Like, where trolls
there
become
are trolls
involved.
now.
Yeah, damn it! God damn it!
The Dragon War.
Right? It's the trolls from DreamWorks Trolls and How to Train Your Dragon from DreamWorks How to Train Your Dragon together.
It's a crossover movie.
Oh, damn it!
They'll make big bucks.
Somebody's like, genius!
We're 10,000 tangents today.
Yeah. Happy Halloween, folks.
So, Granddad Warrell is like, and he will lie and rot under this tree, and the roots will entangle him, and blah 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 blah.
But as of right now, he could easily get out.
Yeah,
because the tree is literally like what you plant on Arbor Day. Mm-hmm. It's like a twig.
Well, that was a pretty deep hole.
I mean, it's a deep hole, but I don't know.
And they put a lot of dirt on
this thing. Gets powers bestowed on him by demons. Like, I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like blue marshmallow ghosts. Yeah.
True.
You know what I mean?
Know what I mean?
You know what I mean, Vern? Yeah, like it doesn't really matter. Like I don't understand why this thing stayed in the ground for so long, right? And I don't understand why only a Warrell can bring him back.
That's the prophecy.
Yeah, but who made the prophecy? The troll himself? Because it seems it's very limiting, right?
Yeah. It's a children's movie. Like, I'm just getting very like,
now you're
basic.
being dismissive. Thank you.
Oh well, it doesn't matter.
yeah, it doesn't really matter.
No, that's a good. It's honest. I deflect whenever I don't think of things first.
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't
go
feel
with
smart.
me. Go with me here
Take
on
me
this
on a journey.
On this journey. Okay.
To the past.
So
was that the other movie they did?
What?
Anastasia?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
that was DreamWorks too.
No. Anyway, so that story, that flashback, then moves over to a little girl who is telling that story to her class in present time about the curse, and basically saying, how do I put it? That that the troll also put a curse on the Warrell family that by generations and generations they just get dumber and dumber and dumber. I'm like, I don't remember hearing that part.
Yeah, the troll was just like, I hate you, Warrells, and all your kids will be cursed.
Right.
He didn't really finish the curse. He just said they would be.
You be cursed.
To really good hair.
Specifically to be dumber and dumber and wear a lot of denim. Why am I stammering so much today?
You're terrible. You haven't even drank.
I know.
Whoops.
Okay. Another movie in which people are making weird, unnecessary contraptions.
Yeah.
For like everyday tasks.
Goldberging everything.
Right? So here we're introduced.
What was the machine he was even making?
Right. Okay,
was it a mop washing station? Was it washing the trash cans?
Okay, all right, let's back up, right? So Ernest in this movie is a trash man, right?
Yes.
Master of the custodial arts, he says. And he has his trash truck, and it is currently like a bunch of toggle switches that he has rigged up in order to, there's 4 trash cans filled with soapy water and a device that is also, I don't know, plunging these mops into the trash can.
In and out of the trash can.
Yeah.
A little bit sexual.
Yeah. And that's it. It's kind of cleaning the trash can,
but then it starts to break down.
No, he hits something else which causes the actual, forks.
Well, no, the machine starts to break, like something goes wrong, and then he like tries to shut it off, but then like ends up throwing himself in the back of the trash truck. And then his dog is really nice and lovely to him.
His dog is the smartest person in this entire movie.
So the trash machine starts to crush him, and his solution is to shove a baby doll into the gears.
But not before he has a full-on conversational bit with the baby doll.
I hate it so much. He has so many bits where it's like, just get a move on instead of like with the bowling ball towards the end. He does like a whole scenario setup, then has like a post-scenario sequence as well. Just keeps going, and it's like, people are dying. Please move faster. What is wrong with you?
Too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's like, I'm sorry, little kid. I wish I didn't have to do this to you. You mean so much to me, but thank you for saving my life. And shoves it in the gear, but it doesn't work.
But he has a conversation with the baby where he does the baby's voice too. He's like, no, Ernest, please don't do this. Stop. I know where you live. And you're like, why? You're about to die. The gears are moving way faster than everything else that's happening, by the way. And I'm like, this guy is going to die.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
But then the kids come along. They come out of school. They see the trash truck, and they're like, rim shot, where's Ernest?
Right.
And then they hear Ernest in the back, and they open up the back of the trash truck, and a square of trash falls out, and he's like contorted and feet sticking out of the trash, which I was like, oh, that's cute.
Well, did you see the this is one of the things that this movie, like, people point out all the time. Mm-hmm. Did you see as the compacted trash cube, it falls out the back of the truck? Did you see the hand and the rake pushing it out. Somebody in the back of the truck. You didn't see this? Oh my God! I have to show you this.
Oh Lord.
Blooper. It really, really is. It's okay. So what they do is they pull Kenny and the little girl from the earlier scene, which her mind is coming to a blank.
Her mind is coming to a blank.
My mind is destroyed today, apparently.
Elizabeth.
Yes, Elizabeth. They pull the trash compactor lever, right? And that dumps out. And I don't seem to find the actual bit, but I will post it online.
We'll watch it, yeah.
Yeah. But it actually shows when the trash cube comes out, it's a side profile shot. Take a look. There is a hand and a rake that clearly pushes the trash out of it, of the
trash
truck. Thank you.
The dumpster truck.
Yeah, I totally forgot about this until you just started bringing up that scene. I was like, oh yeah, and I saw it again when we watched this, and I meant to actually bring it up. So. Yeah, I'll post that on Instagram day one. So if you're listening to this today, I'll post that, and I'll
check it out.
The way I'll do it is I'll do it like here's the scene as it is, here's it in slow motion, and here's one more time with I'll circle it or something.
Cool. That's a lot of work.
It's not really.
I don't know. These things.
Okay, so. As he does this, Elizabeth's like, "Oh wow, you're Ernest's hero or something," and then Kenny does this stupid John Wayne impression for no reason.
Thank you, little lady.
Need to thank me, little lady. And she rolls her eyes at him, being like, "You've been hanging around with Ernest too much. Why would you do this?" Right?
Speaking of, why does a grown adult have children best friends?
Because
and why is the town
a child
okay
himself.
With it? Yeah, I think he definitely,
Are we just going to dive right into this one? We should.
Okay, well, there's two different things going on here. He either has a developmental issue, which...
yes.
Yeah. And then the other thing is the schizophrenia. Or the multiple personality disorder.
Yes.
Well, I guess right now it's dissociative identity disorder.
Holy hell.
I love antisocial behavior disorders.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, he's definitely social, though.
Oh, okay. So the term antisocial behavior disorder doesn't actually mean that they're antisocial. It means they have a not socially. It's not a typical social.
Not
personality.
What we consider social.
Yeah. So they can be like sociopaths.
So no Facebook.
Well, no, sociopaths can't you can't recognize them because they get along with everyone, but they use tricks of just manipulation and they basically do everything for their favor. So they can be an outgoing personality that everyone likes and loves, but it's still called an antisocial behavior disorder because it doesn't fit in with the norm of social. That's why it's called that. But anyway, he most likely has dissociative identity disorder.
Okay.
Which you use other identities in order to cope. What is the name? Nell?
Nell? That movie?
Do you remember Nell?
With the wolf girl?
She had
Jodie Foster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had personalities. She had dissociative identity disorder or multiple personality disorder.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay. So.
Pretty sure it's Nell. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was just going to say he's definitely a special person.
Oh, yeah.
He's on the spectrum at least.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, my God. Because, yes, he hangs around with these little kids.
And the adults are 100% not worried.
No.
The whole town knows him.
Yeah, this town's got 10 families tops.
That's every town in Missouri.
It's accurate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you get outside of the main Kansas City and St. Louis areas, yeah.
Yeah.
Missouri, born and raised. Well, born in Illinois. Illinois and Missouri are stomping grounds. Anywho.
Yeah.
But, okay, so, because we're basically there. The kids, they get in the trash truck with Ernest because safety. And then the kids, Ernest is driving and gets pulled over by the cop, the sheriff in
Kenny's
town.
father.
Yeah, Kenny's father. And the kids are like, "Oh, Doc, it's my dad."
Right.
And then Ernest gets out and is talking to Kenny's father.
Right.
And Kenny's father's like, "You need to go over to
Eartha
Kitt's house."
That's what we're gonna call her the whole time. I think it's Crabtree or something.
Crabtree. Yeah, you got to go over to Eartha Kitt's house and clean that place up. And then you hear the kids like, shh, hide, keep on hiding. Like, which I hate whenever people use that as a trope. Like, instead of like
just shut
anything
up.
else, like
Yeah.
just don't move, don't say anything because they don't catch you.
Yeah.
But then the dad is like, get out of the trash truck.
Right.
Like, he knew that the kids were going to be in there anyway.
Right.
But then this is also when we get, we go over to,
Eartha Kitt's house.
well, no, Kenny and, Kenny and Ernest have their talk about bullies and stuff,
Okay.
right?
No, not yet. No, not yet.
Oh, right, yeah.
So he goes over because basically the sheriff is like, if you don't go over there and clean up her
Oh,
property,
because, yeah, that's a short scene.
yeah, he's like, if you don't go over there and clean up her property, like you're fired.
Yeah.
Because that's what the
Wayans brothers, that's
yeah.
next week.
Yeah, right. Oh, wow, we revealed ourselves.
No one will catch
No,
it.
the shorty's already out. So, no, that's where the mayor, he who is also the father of the two bullies of the movie, the mayor has told the sheriff that he wants Ernest fired if he does not clean up Eartha Kitt's property, which is basically a junk hole that's an eyesore for the city.
Okay, but hold on. Her yard isn't a eyesore.
What is wrong with us today?
I don't know. I had yesterday off, so I think just doing nothing all day really fried my brain.
Junk sore.
Yeah, it made me a junk sore. But so he goes over to her yard, and she's got like art installation of like repurposed trash, which I was like, it's not messy, it's not dirty, it's like avant-garde kind of cool stuff. I was like, these are neat sculptures that are shooting out fire.
It's like the same set as Nothing But Trouble. It's just like things that have been welded together to make like metal sculptures and beasts, and like they have fire and flames shooting out of them, which I'm like, that's a lot of propane to like handle.
But it's also like, it's not like trash. Like, I would expect something that like had dirt everywhere and like just looked like someone was constantly throwing their trash in the front yard. But it was like tasteful trash. But
the Briarville Homeowners Association doesn't approve of such things, I guess.
Yeah, because they're obnoxious people that don't understand art.
Sure.
And
I mean, they all wear poofy shirts with like buttons all the way up to their neck.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a weird... Okay, all the moms have like mom 90s fashion in this movie, and like
but
that's
it's
what
so
I'm talking
early
about.
90s that it's also late 80s. Because I'm right now watching Stranger Things 2, and I was like, oh shit, they're all barbs.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you have a puffy shouldered shirt
with the
like,
ripply collar that's like a little baby turtleneck.
Right, and you might have that like porcelain lady silhouette button at the top. What was that? What was that? Who was like, I'm gonna
sign of the times.
I'm gonna wear a button that says "I like the haunted mansion." That's basically what it was.
Don't give the girls ideas.
Right?
Girls will eat that up.
We're
in Southern California.
I'll bring it back.
They will.
I'm gonna wear the bride.
So Ernest goes over, talks to Eartha Kitt, and she's like, Ernest, get away. You are going to bring the downfall of the town.
Right?
And I'm like, God, I really want to watch Emperor's New Groove now.
Yes.
Because Eartha Kitt is literally a goddess, and she's insane. She's batshit crazy. Like, in real life, I love her. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I remember her, other than Batman, of course, a movie.
She was Catwoman.
Yeah. Yeah. A movie in like the 90s.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Honestly, I think it might have been after this then, or maybe Eddie Murphy's Boomerang. She was like the old lady that he seduced.
He made the app?
What? Oh, Boomerang. Eddie Murphy's Boomerang. Just oh wait, nobody knows what I'm doing. They
back
got
and forth,
it.
back
They
and
got
forth,
it.
back
They
and
got
forth.
it. So anyway, yeah, she's like, "Oh my God, you're a Warrell, and you're gonna bring the curse upon us," because I guess this is the problem. When you were asking what time period this is,
I know, because for some reason she is part of that time period, and you find this out.
Yeah,
like kind of towards the end, you start guessing because she has the wooden statues of the 4 kids that the old troll took. And then those kids come back, which we'll address that later.
Yeah.
But they call her, like, big sister.
They just say sister, and that's enough.
And so she, I guess...
They recognize her.
Yeah.
Which means that she was alive. Which means that this doesn't add up at all.
Maybe it was like, maybe she's like 90.
Or maybe
she's
or
a
maybe
witch.
Briarville just doesn't have their shit together when it comes to fashion. And,
Yeah,
and
that's
that
true.
only happened 50 years ago.
They were delayed in like the 80s fashion bleeding into the 90s.
But they were pioneering in trash can mopping.
Yep. Were we cleaning mops, cleaning trash cans? I don't know, but they're both clean.
Okay, so now we flash over to Kenny and Elizabeth and their nerdy other little friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they've created a haunted house.
Oh, God. And it's like 3 cardboard boxes with bats hanging from the ceiling. And they're like, and then I'm going to pop out and go, my eyes! And it'll be peeled grapes, and they have to crawl through them.
Peeled grapes?
Yeah.
Who peels grapes?
Have you never peeled a grape?
No.
Oh, it's like
Why?
an eyeball.
Why would you peel a grape?
So you freeze them, and then you peel them, and they're really creepy. Because it's like a Halloween trick.
What, just
Did you never watch the Arthur Halloween special?
No.
Where either him or one of his friends went as a baked potato.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. And so, okay.
But you would peel grapes. It's like an old, like, 90s party trick of Halloween. And you would peel grapes, and you'd be like, close your eyes. It was basically blindfold and reach your hand into a thing. And so it would either be, like, peeled grapes or a bowl of spaghetti or, like, a Jell-O mold of a brain. And you'd be like, what does it feel like? And you're like, oh, no.
Well, I know that part. But I didn't know that it was peeled grapes. Like, wouldn't normal grapes feel like that?
No, because they'd be like rubbery
skin?
texture. It's like the goopiness of them because they get sticky.
Okay. All right. So, backtrack with me 1 second.
Fine.
How old do you think these kids are?
Oh, they look like they're maybe 6th or 7th grade.
Okay. All right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Let's establish that one first, right? I agree with you.
Why are they making their own haunted house? Because sometimes kids get really bored and sad in the middle of the country.
No, not that.
Because I just defended myself.
That was not going to be the question. I remember making things out of cardboard boxes and forts and stuff like that when I was elementary school.
Jonathan,
right?
I made a cardboard box fort the day before I left for college. And then I had a cardboard box fight with my friends where we threw cardboard boxes at each other.
Did you think that you were going to make like a haunted house business out of this? Because that's what they're like. Then they're going to come in here. Like they thought that their friends were going to come in, right? And first they're like, we're going to hit them in the face with a mop. Yeah, a wet mop. Ugh. And you're like, what?
Well, at least the mop will be clean.
Right? Because Ernest is going to provide
Ernest
the mops.
is washing the mops for them. He was like, I'll wash it.
Right?
Good.
And then they're like, then they say, then they're going to come in here and they're going to step all over peeled grapes, right? And I'm like, that's where I'm like, I heard what you said about like reaching in, but they're saying that they're going to step all over them.
I thought she said that they were going to have them crawl through them.
Either way, that seems like a lot of peeled grapes to be going through because 1 to 2 kids going through there and your whole stash is done. And then third, they don't have an exit.
I know.
To this entire...
It's 3 rooms, one that just has bats and a dirty mop. Spooky.
This is so sad.
I think the most terrifying thing would be whenever they do exit it and they still realize that they're in Middle Missouri. So I grew up there. I can say that. Don't get mad at me, everyone.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing is, this was just a side project. This was a haunted house, right? Which they go to, like Kenny goes to Ernest and is like, they broke our haunted house.
Yeah, the bullies break it, and the bullies are brothers too.
Yeah.
So,
and he goes on this rant, right?
About not the Byzantine, but. Are you mad at me?
No, I'm mad at this whole bit because.
Sorry.
Oh no, I'm so upset at this entire.
It's like
bit.
I know I cut you off a lot, but
no,
ask me to stop off the air.
You off.
It's a fair trade.
Yeah. God.
But it's like why one smaller army beat the bigger army or the better army because they took the higher ground. But he's telling the story and he's changing clothes and like pioneering early 90s drag like in front of the child. Yeah.
Okay.
He's
crazy. Insane. And at first, okay, so part of me felt like, okay, maybe he's doing just the impressions. Right? Like, he's doing these impressions to entertain the kid, right? And, like, we, just as an audience, get to see, like, the actual, like, costumes of the impressions just for the fun of it.
But...
Right? But... right,
I was just going to say, but he looks amazing as the old ladies. I was like, he even put on nails.
Okay.
Like,
All right, okay, so... first he starts out, right, telling this story of the tiny Botswana. Tiny Botswana.
That's it.
Right? And Tiny Botswana, apparently, it's very much like the story of 300, like a small army defeated. But wait, 300 didn't actually defeat anybody. I think they all died by the end of it, but they put up a good fight.
I never saw it because I didn't want people to be like, you're gay. You watched a bunch of shirtless men. Even though, like,
nobody told me that.
I know. I was like, why would people assume that? Closeted me was terrified of anything that would resemble me looking at shirtless dudes.
This is homo!
Yeah. Which, like, in reality, they probably all did sleep together.
Probably. Even the Hunchback one.
Well, probably. Actually, they did. Like, for a fact, they did.
Yeah.
They had little boy sleep.
Mostly with Gerard Butler.
Yeah, if he actually looked like that, but I'm sure he didn't. Like, in that time period, it was a different person.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, he tells the story.
Gerard Butler, the time traveler. He tells this story about Tiny Botswana, and he's going through all these multiple impersonations of different, but we're starting to think that they're not impersonations as much as actual other people.
Oh, he's
in
doing
Ernest's
full-on
brain.
costume changes in front of the children, too,
right?
Which very much worries me.
Yeah, right.
That's just light pedophilia.
So it gets
full-on pedophilia.
It's confusing too because I'm like, is every single one of these characters telling the story and then changing and retelling the story,
right?
Or does he?
Or is he like, pause that? Let me change.
Right?
Okay.
It's. I mean, it makes no sense. And you're supposed to suspend a little believability, but you can't when the next time he does it later in the movie, Kenny makes a legitimate schizophrenia joke about it.
Yeah. Like,
so then you're like, oh, wait, no,
things.
this is real.
Yeah. They fully are aware of all of his
This
personalities.
is insane. Like, okay, so number one, he's dressed up like a Roman Empire like warrior, right?
Then we have
he's got
old... Oh.
Yeah, he's got the grapes of wrath on his head, and he's got the like red cape and the armor chest plate that looks like a chest. Okay. And then it switches over to a lumberjack. Mm-hmm. Okay, which is wearing just a flannel winter hat.
Forgot about the lumberjack.
Right. We switch over to a cowboy in suspenders. A airplane pilot.
We've got the old lady that looks like
with
she
a
broke
neck
her
brace, who's got like triple chin going on.
And then we've got
might be my favorite one.
I love her, and I also love the 80s mom that's got the big red nails.
Shields. Yeah. Right.
Who else is there?
That's about it. Maybe.
Yeah,
I think so.
We'll top it off with that list.
Sure.
So then,
there's the Viking.
Yeah. The Viking.
We're the Ottomans, and you're not.
Well, then he ends this whole speech and is still wearing one of the costumes, right?
Yes. Okay, so right before he started the speech, he cranked up this car jack to his truck, right? Does this whole speech.
Don't know what he's actually doing with the truck.
Yeah, just changing a tire.
It was
right?
literally, I don't even know that. I think it was just like to do the bit, they inserted him like, crank up your truck for no reason, just so at the end it can go, pew.
Right. So he's telling this whole story and it's escalating. And so, like, at the same time as it's getting more frantic and manic, it's escalating. The car tire jack, because he cranked it up too high, which even if you cranked it up too high, the weight of the car isn't going to become more severe and then buckle down and make this thing shoot across the room, right? But when it shoots across the room, every single one of his personalities does a double take.
Like, whoa,
right? And I'm like, this is insanity. This is proof of pure insanity. This man should not be allowed around children.
Well, he is.
Right?
And there they are.
You dismissive son of a bitch.
I don't know.
Well, they are.
I already said he wasn't
on.
supposed to be. Well, yeah, I don't know if he should be around kids, but.
So, I don't remember.
The whole town loves him.
Right?
Loves to hate him, hate to love him.
So, to really back this up one final time, right? The carjack flies into the mayor's car, who just happens to be driving by, right? And one of his personalities is like, "Great shot, way to go, Ernest." And I'm like, "You're talking to your other personalities."
It's so good.
So Ernest convinces the kids to be like, "Let's go into the forest and find a tree to build you a proper tree house," because the Ottomans
Had the high ground.
Yeah. Right. And the Ottomans are from tiny Botswana. I didn't mention that. But they're from his story.
Yeah.
They said they had the high ground, so let's build you a treehouse, right? How much time has passed?
Okay, they build so much treehouse in like an afternoon.
Legitimate real decking.
Also, the children are somehow engineers overnight.
They have a helicopter.
Yep.
They have a Ghostbusters pizza pack thrower from like Ninja Turtles.
Well, the pizzas in this movie were reused props from Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze.
Shut up.
Yep.
What? Wait, why?
I don't know.
Like, out of what?
Oh, you're so upset.
I am, because it's like, you couldn't just have a pizza?
Secret of the Ooze also has one of my favorite lines.
Oh, I love Secret of the Ooze.
You know when Master Splinter... Wait, no. Yeah.
Master Splinter.
Yeah.
The rat.
He's up on the roof, and they're like, "Master Splinter, where were you?" And he's in the house, and he goes, "I was on the roof coming up with an idea." Like, the worst pause in cinematic history. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Turtles.
Coming up with an idea. It's like, oh!
Get to it. Finish.
Oh, he finished.
Oh, I did.
I came. But so they come up with this.
They have a toy
fort.
Helicopter, right? They also have a dog food throwing like pneumatic cannon.
Yeah.
And then they have also, because it doesn't play out in this next scene, but they have it for later, is they have an ice cube launching machine.
Like a broken ice vending machine, ice machine. God.
I was like, it looks like a fire extinguisher that got too cold and is shooting out cubes instead.
It's just, they turn it on, it's like, it just shoots. It's literally just coughing with a mouthful of ice.
Yeah.
So the kids they're like, "Oh shoot, we gotta go home." Oh wait, no. So they're in their hut, and the bullies come, and they start throwing full pizzas at them because they have enough money to buy several extra large pizzas and waste them. And it's not even like, I expected them to be like, "Ew, mushroom and anchovy pizza."
When that bully gets hit too, he's got a full-on smile on his face, like he was having a blast.
Yeah.
That actor was.
Oh, and you could tell that child loved eating pizza. I don't want to be mean, but jeez, he had no chin. But I was like, why would you waste good pizza? Like, even kids love pizza, and they didn't. They were like, "Have a slice of pepperoni," and I was like, wasting pizza. And then they also get hit with dog food. And the kids are like,
that one's more like, you're like, okay,
it's a bit gross.
That makes sense.
But they don't run away at like the first slap of dog food.
No.
They just stand there like, "We're mad now." Like, try and dodge, you dummies.
Yeah.
We're also bullies though, so they must not be that smart.
I guess so.
So then those kids finally run off, and they're like, "We won, Botswana. Yay."
Botswana.
I don't know. I think that's their cheer.
Yeah, right. Let's keep referencing that
motto.
Stupid thing Ernest was talking about.
So then, because Ernest was at the tree, Trantor, our troll, wakes up again.
Trantor!
And for some reason, there's a giant chasm underneath the tree, too, so he can just, like, freely leave.
Right.
I don't know
He's not actually buried under dirt anymore.
Yeah.
The tree is hollow.
It's just
completely
an underground
hollow.
dungeon.
Right.
And he comes up
basically just like Tim Curry in Fern Gully. Just in this gigantic tree.
But Trantor, if you want a good visual, it looks like a burned victim's ball sack with two noses.
I said they put two balls just straight on his face. Just oozing with snot. Just at all times. Yep. Which they make a joke about. They're like, "Oh, you've been sick since I met you." But, okay, so right before this, before like he actually gets awoken, Ernest goes
to the tree.
No, like Lady Lady Hagrid, or that's not her name.
Lady Hagrid?
What's her name? It's
Eartha Kitt? Lady Hagrid.
Lady Hagrid. You're a wizard,
Inspiration
Harry.
for Harry Potter's Hagrid.
Oh, it's Hagmore.
Hagmore.
Yeah, Lady
Oh,
Hagmore.
that's kind of a mean name.
Yeah, right?
Like, oh.
She's more hag. She's more hag than lady.
Stevie joke.
Lady... Damn. Lady Hagmore, huh? She's more hag than lady. Why would Lady Hagmore, like, she goes and sees, because they're on her property. She goes and sees that they
I don't know
built...
if they're on her property, though. Well,
He
they are,
says
because
it.
he's like, sorry if it's your tree, and he, like, runs off to try and appease
Right.
her.
Now, when he runs after her, why in the world, if he is the one that could bring back the troll, would she tell him exactly how to bring back the troll?
I thought that... Wait, how did he bring it back?
She explains to him that only a Warrell, like you, can bring back a troll on the night before Halloween, like tonight, because that's the whole bit, right?
Yeah, but he already
by
touched
knocking
the tree,
on the tree three times and saying, "Yea, I call thee Trantor." That whole bit.
Yep.
Like,
just don't tell him.
yeah, because he goes, "What did she say?" And he says all of that.
Yeah.
Why would you tell the person that can bring back the monster exactly how to bring back the monster?
Because without it, we don't have a
Especially-
movie. Jeez.
And also, it's like, well,
Maybe there's
did
just
the
something...
troll put that in part of, like, the asterisk of the curse, too? Where it's like, only you can bring me back. Which seems a little restrictive on the troll's part.
Or maybe, like, Grandpa Warrell was like, if you ever need a troll again,
Just knock on this tree 3 times.
bring a leash. Time up.
Okay.
Don't let him touch you. You'll get wood.
So he calls forth the troll by doing that.
Yes.
Mistakenly, like, calls forth the troll.
And then, yeah, they all got to go home.
And then they got to go home. But
Nerd friend.
Nerd Friend falls into a ditch while running away from the troll.
And
that's,
is not
like,
trying to get out.
A foot tall tops.
Yeah. And
Like-
he's like, whoa, mud, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. I was like, what is wrong with this kid? You deserve to be a doll.
Yeah.
So Trantor, his power,
Yeah.
one of his powers, is that he can basically touch a living creature and turn it into a miniaturized wooden doll.
Mm-hmm.
But not before making it a giant version of the doll, and then it shrinks down into his hands. So that's his whole deal, is that he needs to collect 5 miniaturized wooden versions of people, children
To
specifically,
reawaken his army.
to reawaken or create them for the first time. I'm not quite sure, because it seems like they're growing
Yeah,
in
create
little
them for the
Brussels
first- we'll go
sprout
with that.
pods off of the tree.
You mean Audrey 2's?
Yes, exactly.
Because he takes the doll back, he puts it in a slot in the tree, which have 5 convenient slots for wooden dolls, and Audrey 2 starts sprouting over like the edge of the trees and stuff. And they do look like Brussels sprouts. They call them that in the movie. And then the next day happens, and it is Halloween.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
oh, Ernest goes to the tree,
Yeah.
and he sees the troll, or the troll.
He does see the troll, right?
Yeah.
Because this is our first reveal that we don't know it really as an audience, but they do focus on it enough that if you've seen this movie enough times, you go, "Oh, there's the milk."
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Oh, I straight on caught onto it right away.
oh, you did even
Yeah.
as a kid,
Yeah.
really?
You can see they focus on it.
I mean, they focus on it, but I wasn't really. I mean, because like he's saying so many stupid things, and like that's like you were saying, he takes so much time to crack a joke in the face of peril that
Yeah.
you're just rolling your eyes the entire
You're
time.
like, get back to the movie.
Yeah. So
They had to make it an hour and a half somehow.
he sees the troll, and then immediately the next day is running through town like a madman.
Yeah, with a loudspeaker.
right? With a bullhorn. And is just screaming, "Troll, help! Get out of here! Get out of the town! Get out for your
Right.
life!" Right? And people are just like, "There goes Special Ernest."
You're like,
Like,
he's just not right.
Right? Like, nobody even gives him the time of day.
Yeah.
And it's because he's insane. And people know it. Like, this is the kind of person that if this was the 80s, they probably would have locked up.
Yeah. And then after this, is this when he has a run-in with the sheriff and mayor? Or does he go to get his troll supplies?
Well,
and gets taken advantage of.
This is where it gets kind of jumbled up for me. Where,
Same.
Yeah, no, he does, because my next note is about the giant bear trap. So he had to have gotten the supplies.
So he goes and gets supplies, and it's this long list of like them overselling Ernest everything, and
these guys are characters from other Ernest movies too.
Which the one guy that never talks is the older brother, and I'm pretty sure he's on Ernest's side as well.
Okay,
little underdeveloped, an undercooked egg.
Ah, right. Oh, you mean
his yolk's a bit runny. Yeah.
Yes. I the guy playing who actually does a rim shot in the movie. But yeah.
He does? It was R-rated? Oh, NC-17, sorry.
Oh, jeez. You're just going to keep going with that joke, huh?
I didn't know what it meant for a second. And I do that every time someone talks about a rim shot. I'm like, oh, what are we talking about? Oh, the drums. Okay, but
Yes.
That was me doing the noise, not making the end of my joke.
But yes, I know who you're talking about. Like, he's got like this
no teeth look grin that's like
yes,
gummy.
He looks like Feldman. I think
Corey Feldman?
Not Corey Feldman. Damn it. He looks Marty Feldman. From Young Frankenstein, he played Igor.
Yeah,
he looks just like Marty Feldman.
Okay,
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
he's the assistant.
I thought he might have been his brother or something. They look like strangely weird, like bug-eyed and like weird with their mouth and jaw.
Same person,
no, they're not the same person. But they look like the same person.
Yeah.
So they are selling him. In this movie,
supplies.
They're swindlers. They're basically they're like the Music Man and the
They're
Music
trying
Man.
to like make a buck anywhere they can, or get rich, get famous, die trying.
Right. So they sell them like
over $1,000 worth of crap
of stuff that I'm like, you had troll away spray.
Oh, I think they just made it up on the spot to be like that, but it's got a label.
It's got that's what I meant. Like, it's got a label. Some of it was like troll bait, right? And I'm like, okay, you could write troll
just
bait.
Like gimmicks that they sell around Halloween time because of the town's troll legend.
Ooh.
Now I'm making sense of a movie that doesn't make sense.
I know, right? I'm like,
I'm trying. I'm sorry.
Right? Somewhere the director's like, yes.
That's what I was trying to get across.
Nobody understands
Keep
me.
this in my brain. I didn't think of it. And then
for Ernest too.
So then we flash back to Elizabeth and Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
And Elizabeth is in the park working on her bike.
Okay.
Because that's where you go for that.
Yeah.
And she's like, Joey never got home. And I was like, well, Joey's dead in a ditch because in any other world, he would have gotten kidnapped and murdered by this point. Come on, 24 hours, first 48, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid's gone.
Yeah,
sorry.
he's done.
Ernest actually is probably the predator of the town, kidnapping the children.
There is no trolls.
No, it's all Ernest.
They're all in the back of the trash truck.
He's crushing their bodies.
Okay.
And then they're like, maybe he's still at the treehouse. Mm-hmm. And they like run back to the treehouse. And Elizabeth just leaves her bike. Like, they're definitely in the Midwest, so a small enough town to where someone's going to be like, oh, that's Elizabeth's bike. Don't touch it. Like, if I left my bike anywhere in Southern California for more than 5 minutes unattended, more than a minute unattended, that's someone else's bike now, and that is my fault.
I left a bike at a metro station one time, unattended for 24 hours while I rode the metro, and then I wound up staying at somebody's house overnight, and I came back to that, right? It was basically like I would bike from my house to the metro station and then leave it there and then just get on, wherever I needed to go. Yeah, it was chained up and it was still gone.
Great. Thanks, humanity.
Yeah, right?
If you don't have it, take it from someone else.
Seriously. So, like...
I'm talking about virginity.
Oh. Okay.
Rim shot.
Yeah. But gee.
Both terms.
Okay. So, they...
Yeah, they don't find Joey, but
Right.
meanwhile, the monster has taken random nerd kid.
Right, and put him in the tree.
Yeah. And the
And-
balls grow.
Right.
Not the asparagus. The Brussels sprouts grow.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ernest goes to Eartha Kitt for help, and he's like, I don't know what to do. And she reads him the poem from the Troll book, which she acquired somewhere because someone wrote instruction and dealt with these things before. And it's like a mother's love and
Mother's
cookies.
milk.
I don't know. Not mother's milk. It's not breast milk. Don't put that image in everyone's head.
No, I thought that's what it was.
No, it was like
oh wait,
a
no,
mother's
because
care.
milk is the riddle. Like they don't know what milk is. That's right.
For some reason, milk is a mother's care.
Right.
Or a mother's love or something.
No. A child's love, or like unconditional. Oh my God. See, I just watched this morning and I can't remember it. Yet these kids and everybody like remember the
knows
riddle,
the entire
whole,
riddle,
yeah, right.
Which is, I'm like, maybe it is more of the town's history that everyone's aware of, and it's just been something that's been like a joke. Because every town has like its little like lore and
but
stuff.
But that doesn't make any sense
there was a
because
witch
then they
living
would
near my
have taken
house.
care of him the first time with the whole milk.
But they didn't understand that milk was the riddle. They just knew the poem.
Okay, but it said milk in the book without it being a riddle.
No, it didn't.
It did.
It did not.
It did.
It did not.
Okay, why did it not?
Because it said like a mother's love and special care. It didn't say the word milk.
There's 2 pages that are stuck together. When he pulls it apart, it's M-I.
Oh, it
blank
says
K.
K. Yeah.
Right. So it was in the book,
But
and it
since
wasn't.
the pages were stuck together, no one knew that part.
They were always stuck together, even when they wrote the damn thing?
Well, who wrote the damn thing? Maybe it came from out of town.
You're telling me 6 pages were stuck together and nobody was like, we should...
It was a page!
You just said 6.
No, I didn't. Why did I say 6?
I'm pretty sure you said 6.
I don't know.
Oh my God. Can we
confused.
just continue?
The book came from out of town and no one knew the poem. We'll stick with that story.
I guess.
We're making sense out of this movie but our sense making of it is contradicting what we said earlier. Picking and choosing.
It doesn't even make any sense. Nothing
really
makes any
doesn't.
sense.
Yeah. So then the kids end up at Eartha Kitt's house too.
Oh, maybe it was only 50 years ago and they were having like a colonial Halloween party.
A town colonial Halloween party. I love it.
Right? With special guests, the Fun Bunch.
Yes.
Pretty sure they're the only band in this county's mayor.
Right.
Uh,
So, yes. Okay. We get another scenario with Ernest getting in trouble with the mayor, and he eventually gets fired.
Ernest is trying to catch the troll with different things.
And Ernest and the troll have a truck driving.
No, that's later. That's
Oh,
after
it
he
is.
gets fired.
Oh, okay.
No. First, Ernest tries to catch the troll
Bear
with a
trap.
gigantic bear trap, like bigger than any bear trap, even the biggest ones I've seen.
But it springs
Right.
shut and shoots him across the room.
No, you don't even see what happens to him. It just slams on him, and it cuts over to Rimshot, who's like covering his eyes.
Oh, I thought it like clamped together, and it was like he was a spring and went like, whoa.
No, but either way, he's dead.
Probably.
Right? And then he decides that's not going to work, but this dumpster with like free kids inside is going to work. I'm like, you're just going to catch a bunch of pedophiles.
But then the dumpster closes on his hand, and he had like his hand is still in it.
Right.
And he just
And
like
he has
has this
this, like-
look of terror at the camera, which I was like, that's probably anyone's real reaction of like,
But dumpsters have plastic lids. It wouldn't
yeah.
hurt that
Well, maybe he
much.
modified it. I don't
Maybe.
know. I'm kidding.
I don't know. Either way,
I'm giving
like,
every Ernest movie the benefit of the doubt.
oh, you're too much, actually.
I like defending.
Yeah.
I'm an underdog person.
So,
That's also another move I like to do
um,
after the rim shot.
oh my God, we gotta stop. We have to stop this.
Yeah, so
I feel like I
then-
should actually add in rimshot
What a
noises to
bump.
all your shit today.
So then, yes, Ernest, the kid trap there's an alarm that like sends out a radio signal, and the signal
which is so
goes
weird
off.
because the radio is just one of those green military like L-shaped lamps, like those flashlights. Like it's not even a radio. But in Ernest world, anything. Use your imagination, I guess.
Oh my God! Maybe the entire town is in Ernest imagination.
Oh my God! Like a Jacob's Ladder scenario.
That'll make everything okay.
Whoa! Ernest died in the trash truck, in the back of the trash truck, and this entire movie is in Ernest's fever dream in the 7 minutes before his brain dies. Whoa.
He's still aware.
I don't want to steal like that. They do the Jacob's Ladder thing on How Did This Get Made all the time, so I don't want to actually steal that.
Nah.
But you threw it out there without even knowing that they did that. So
I don't.
So Paul, Jason, June. Sorry about that one.
So.
But I do like that. I actually do like it. I'm like, yeah, he died in the back of the trash truck while he was doing the baby impression.
He could just be in a mental institution, and he's doing all of this scenario in his head.
Probably from like Saving Christmas before this.
Yeah.
Like, there was no Santa Claus, Ernest. You have to understand that.
Poor Ernest.
Oh, I'm sorry if any kids were listening.
So then, so the child alarm goes off, and he brings the dumpster back, and
we missed one spot. Elizabeth was captured.
Oh, yeah.
By the troll.
She was annoying.
Not important scene, but we do need to like at least establish that the troll by the end of this movie does collect all 5 children that he needs.
Well, so he collects Nerd Kid,
Elizabeth,
random kid off the street,
random Indian kid. He's dressed in an Indian costume.
Oh, okay.
That's the one where you get a
Cultural
full-on piece of wood, like life size of the kid, and he's like super like big, and he's like, ah.
But is he the one that he catches outside of
that
Kenny's house?
Right, and basically the troll reveals himself to Kenny because of that.
Okay. Yeah.
And then chases Kenny, and Kenny almost gets hit by an ice cream truck, which makes the troll run away.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And then catches Elizabeth, but she was annoying, so that's her fault. And who's the 4th kid? Because the 5th kid is the obnoxious brother, but that doesn't happen till the dance.
I don't know. It's not important.
It really isn't.
No.
I mean, everything's important. Just kidding, because in bad movies, they don't think that's a rule. Every scene needs to have purpose. Jeez Christ.
That's
Come on,
true.
filmmakers. So, the troll captures Elizabeth, and then it's just Kenny's talking to his dad, and he's like, Dad, Ernest isn't lying. Like,
with a gigantic Dunkin' Donuts product placement behind him in the police station. Like, the box is just right there. Nothing else is colorful in the background except for this giant orange box.
They really just want to make sure that everyone knows that America runs on Dunkins.
They want to know that police officers run on Dunkin'.
Well, police officers don't run after they've eaten Dunkins.
Hey!
Wait,
he's right.
Yeah. I won't say anything.
So Ernest brings the trash truck, which he has, I guess, used the forks to dump the actual dumpster into the back of the truck to trap the troll, and has brought the truck with the troll inside to the police station. And that's where Kenny is also there being like, Dad, I saw the troll. And that's where the mayor is also there because he's like, both of my sons are missing.
And Eartha Kitt's yard is still a trash yard.
Yes.
Because that's like the other side plot of this movie, because her yard will never be clean.
No.
And then Ernest is like, I've got your troll right here. I've saved the day. Like doing a little bit. Opens up the bag, and it's 2 crying bullies.
It's the mayor's sons.
Yeah.
Right? Which causes the mayor to obviously, it's acceptable where it's like, you have literally dumped my sons in the back of your trash truck and rolled around with them all over town, and you've also not done your job. Like, you're fired.
Yeah.
Like, I was like,
Finally.
Because the mayor's not as much of a bully as his sons are, but like you can see the mentality.
Yeah, I mean, like
But
he's using
this
logic.
this was legitimate. I
Whereas
was like,
kids are just using like mean.
yeah, I was like, this is legitimate. He deserves to be. He deserved to be fired a long time ago. I'm sure, right?
yeah.
Because like, there's something we didn't even discuss. The first thing you see of actual Ernest, he's dragging a woman down the street behind his trash truck.
Yeah.
Remember the teacher sees it out the window and somebody's like, Ernest, stop! I was like, this guy's putting people in the town in jeopardy.
Yeah,
and
but is he
danger.
also the town's only garbage man?
I'm sure that's all they need.
Well,
I
because
told you,
Eartha
it's like
Kitt
10
normally takes all of
families.
their trash and builds things out of them. They actually are a zero waste town.
What if that's why he didn't want to clean up, because they're actually in business with each other? He
Yeah.
takes the trash and just drops it off to her.
Exactly.
So, he fires Ernest, and
Ernest
then
is bum.
I love how Ernest is like, Kenny, tell them, and even Kenny at this point is kind of like, you know
Nah,
what,
I got
Ernest,
nothing.
fuck off.
Yeah.
Like his face is like, nah, you know what, I saw a troll, but nah,
But you're just annoying.
you're a liability to me, Ernest. And just gets in a car with his dad and
Yeah.
speeds off. So, this is now Ernest decides to go back to the tree. Now he's in his own pickup truck, which is like a stake bed pickup truck. And he sees that the Brussels sprouts on the tree are growing. And he decides that he needs to go back to town and warn people. And that's when the troll's like, I've had it with this fucker.
Yeah.
and basically climbs on board. And as Ernest is driving to the town, like, attacks Ernest.
Yeah.
Like, stabs a sword.
Oh
through the
yeah, he
top.
does a lot. It's actually pretty like well crafted, nice like fight
It's a
scene.
decent fight scene.
I
right?
loved it.
Although, at the same time, he's still cracking one-liners the whole
Yeah.
time instead of saving his ass.
Also, the entire time, the vehicle is being driven by a dog, and it's still going, but it looks like they're just using like 30 feet of a road, and for some reason, it like constantly is on that road.
Okay.
Like they're
it
just
is-
like
it is
push the truck 30
Scooby-Dooing
feet
the
back.
road.
Yeah.
It's basically what's happening there. But this dog seems to actually understand the mechanics of driving.
Yeah.
Because when he tells him to stop, it knows to stop.
Yeah.
When he tells, like,
Put it in reverse.
put in reverse, it knows to, like, step on the gas when it's being, like, tug-of-warred by the troll. What? Okay,
Smart dog.
Jack Russell Terriers are smart.
Yeah. My dog Skip taught me that. It
Right?
also taught me how to cry.
But this ain't Wishbone. He's not dressed in a Sherlock costume.
That's true.
This is Rimshot, his
Yeah.
brother. His special brother.
Because he's smarter.
Right? And so, yeah, they have a fight. Ernest, while Rimshot is driving, the troll and Ernest have a fight on the back of the stake bed truck. Ernest is using hedge clippers as nunchucks.
Yeah. Well, he bought nunchucks at the store, so
Right.
he had to find a way to like.
And he's a master of
Incorporate those.
hedge foo, he says.
Hedge foo.
And I'm like, Jesus, just stop. Just stop. Because it's like, who are you performing for? You
Yeah.
performing for the troll?
Anyone that'll listen.
Right? At any point is like the troll gonna be like, good one. That was a good one.
Right.
Right?
And
like,
then
anyone who will listen.
they continue to fight. There's like a cameo by the two brothers that run the shop.
Wait, okay.
Somehow
So
they have their own truck. I don't know.
Ernest gets shoved into a
Trash can. Oh.
yeah, it's like a trash can, but it's also like the toxic waste canisters.
Oh yeah,
Or-
like a 50-gallon drum.
Yeah, right? And gets thrown off the back of the truck.
Well, it's the best place to hide bodies.
Right. And then that canister with him inside of it gets run over by the two brothers.
Yeah.
Right? Because the Marty Feldman brother is driving the van.
Oh, Corey Feldman.
No. Is driving the van with the wallpaper poster signs that he was putting up of himself and his brother.
Yeah.
What is going on there?
Well, like I said, I think him and Ernest, both were taken out of the
Are
oven
on
a
the
little too
spectrum.
early. Yeah. Someone's gonna hate us.
Yeah. So he's driving.
Someone will hate us more.
Whatever.
Correction.
Yeah. He's driving the van with
sticks.
No, what?
Aren't they basically just sticks? I know it's like
What
a
are you
broom on a
talking
handle.
about?
To put the poster up, it's just like a broom on a handle.
Well, he's not driving it with sticks.
You said he's driving it with the things.
Yeah, he's the actual poster of the giant billboard that they were putting up.
Oh.
He's wearing.
Yeah. I thought you meant like he
It's
was
his
using the
face
stick
on
to
him.
drive it. I was like, I
No,
don't remember that, but I'll
it's his
take it.
face on him.
Yeah.
It's the actual poster. Like, it didn't go up because, like, in a scene
Yeah.
we missed.
And there aren't holes poked in it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, what is happening?
A lot of trust. He is really trusting.
Yeah, he's just wearing the poster board sign on him, like, somehow. So
they run over Ernest.
Run over Ernest.
He's
and
okay.
Then it flashes over to Ernest, and now the canister is stuck on him because it was crushed by, the vehicle. And Eartha Kitt has a gigantic can opener.
I love the giant can opener.
But what? Like, now things are just turning into a cartoon. Like, they weren't full cartoon, but
Daffy
now...
Duck is in the corner taking his bill off, claiming to not actually be a duck.
Wabbit season! Right? Yeah. It's turning into a full-on cartoon. Like, Yzma is can opening somebody right now.
Yzma's can opening Slinky Dog.
Right?
And then... Yeah, so they're like, we got to get to the school dance to warn people, and she just kind of runs away and takes a bike.
Right.
And then...
and she collects her little wood dolls of her family.
Yeah, and she's like, it's finally time. I'll save you.
Right? Which makes... It kind of makes her seem like... I'm like, is she crazy?
Is
she
this,
in on this?
So is this also when the troll has turned...
Maybe that's why she made him bring him back to life.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
It
think
could be.
about that.
That's why she told him.
Yeah.
So she could have her family back.
Right?
But is this also when Rimshot gets turned into
Not
wooden
yet.
structure?
We're close.
Okay.
We're at the dance.
Yeah.
Okay. It happens after the dance.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Okay. So the dance is there. Eartha Kitt gets to the dance, right? And she sees outside there's a mother dressed as a pizza and a child who is dressed in a full-on teddy bear costume, but with his own face poking out of the forehead of the costume. And he's like, Mom, I hate this stupid costume. I hate that you made me get this costume. And I'm like, that's accurate, kid.
But wasn't the kid mom like, well, you picked it out at the store?
Right. And I'm like, well, who's selling this costume? Who has
a bad costume?
It's a full mascot costume, but with a human head in the forehead of the bear, right? And then like
the kid's like, I hate you, and the mom's like, well, I don't like you much either,
right? And the most
then
stunted
2
acting,
seconds later,
I love you, Mommy.
I'm sorry, and Eartha Kitt's like awoken.
Right? A child's heart.
Yeah.
It's a child's heart. It's unconditional love. Right? And it's like, you guys are stretching.
Yeah.
Like, just figuring this out.
Meanwhile, Ernest turns into Professor Quirrell from Harry Potter 1 and is like, there's a troll in the dungeon. Just thought you ought to know, and then passes out.
Troll in the dungeon.
It was all I could think of as he's running through the schools yelling troll. I was like, oh, cool. This is where J.K. Rowling got it from. And then everyone's like, shut up, Ernest. We need to do the costume contest. But right before they do it, the troll touches one of the bullies, and that's why he's a bully. That's so terrible.
Yeah.
But he touches one of the kids, turns the kid to wood, and everyone finally sees the troll. Ernest has like another short showdown with the troll, but crashes into the concession stand.
Oh, God, this
and
is
the
stupid.
ice cream machine.
Miak.
Oh,
you gotta
Miak.
do it. You gotta. Everybody remembers Miak because even as a kid, I was like, "What the fuck is Miak?"
I don't know what Miak is. Still,
I still don't.
So
should I look it up?
Go for it. I'll tell the backstory. So whenever they do separate the pages, they're like, "Oh, the only thing that makes him go away is M-I-blank-K," and Ernest is like, Miak. Oh, it's Miak. It must be Miak. Where am I going to get Miak?
Well, no, he doesn't even
year?
know what it is yet. Like he doesn't voice it. He doesn't do the Miak. Yeah. Miak itself is saved for the bit, which makes it worse, right? Because he's trying to sound out other things, and it's like, Can you
Milk.
personally even name anything else other than milk?
Mick, like Mick Jagger.
Mick. He just
Mink fur.
he just shows up jumping jack flash.
Mink fur. Mink.
Mink?
Meal.
Like mink fur?
Yeah, you could fit mink in that word. You could also fit in.
Look, even when I try to type miak,
Your computer's like, no.
Yeah, it immediately tries to autocorrect it to milk.
But so he brings Miak to the dance and he's like, you know how hard it is to get this time of year? Like, and it kind of just looks like Vegemite.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm not exactly sure what it is.
Well, it's taken forever for it to come up.
But basically that doesn't work. The troll's like...
Of course it does. The troll's like, miak. Like,
smacks it away from him. Throws him into a concession stand.
Mm-hmm.
So the concession stand
has soft serve ice cream in it.
Yes. And it goes all over Ernest. And the troll's basically like, oh, gross, and runs away from that.
Right. But not before Rimshot is tugging on the troll's leg.
Yes, there it is.
And the troll decides to turn Rimshot into wood as well. Which now, this is where I have more questions. Because at first I was like, okay, the troll's power is that it can turn children into wood.
Yeah.
But apparently no, it can turn anything into wood. Which also then makes me go, why aren't you just turning all your adversaries into wood?
Well, because he just wants to get the children to get his army back, so then his whole army can help him as well. But then the whole army doesn't even help. They just kind of push people around.
Yeah, but meaning, like, if you have the power to turn anything, would you not... You've run into Ernest like 4 times, right?
And you
also know that
him?
you also know that he could stop you, right?
Yeah.
Even though he's mentally special, he could stop you. So
I don't...
Why not turn Ernest into wood? Why not turn the sheriff into wood? Why not anything that is in your way, turn it into wood?
Maybe he only has the power to do it so many times.
Okay, no, you're just adding things.
Well, I'm trying to make sense.
Yeah.
Do you want me to participate or just brush it off?
Yeah, that's true.
So miak is a rare, slightly antiquated beverage generally produced in Bulgaria, which may or may not be fictional.
May or may not be fictional?
Yep, first mainstream appearance was in Ernest Scared Stupid, so I think it's fictional.
First and only mainstream appearance.
Really? Yeah.
I mean...
I don't know. I don't know many Bulgarian people.
I'm kind of disappointed. I thought there was going to be at least something.
They could have gone with mink, and he could have been like, I had to go into town to buy a mink fur coat. And then throws a coat on the troll, and the troll's just like, what? Now I'm fashionable.
I was down for Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger. I had to get Mick Jagger here. He rolls up, and he starts singing a song. Better than the Fun Bunch. Everyone's like, yeah, we love Halloween now. Screw our kids.
Yay!
Bring the trolls back. We got Mick Jagger in town.
It's the Stones.
So then... yeah. So then we... Yes, so Ernest is really upset, but the kids realize that it's actually milk. And Ernest already, before doing anything, like darts to the tree to stop the troll. And the parents all follow suit as well. Then the next scene we get is...
the troll's bringing back his army now.
Yes, and the kids... meanwhile, are getting together.
They basically figured out about the milk, and then they're like, let's go get milk, right? I watched this scene as a kid, and I was like, I want to be this cool.
Yeah.
That I want to, because I've seen this in other movies, I just can't recall it right now. There's a lot of, I mean, back from, like, E.T., those kids on those bicycles.
Milk in a carton always looks so cool in movies in the 90s. I don't know why.
Yeah, right?
And
even with a kid on the side of it, it's still cool. Actually, if there wasn't a kid on the side of it, I was upset. It was like it's like a trading card series.
Yeah. Oh, the missing kids
Gotta catch 'em all.
You can't. They're nowhere to be found.
What if there's a milk carton kid out there who's listening?
Oh,
Find your real parents.
Yeah. Go back to the 90s and find your real parents.
Right, because it's not a thing now.
Yeah.
right?
Now we just have Amber Alerts.
Okay, so that's a question too. That tangent is, was milk more localized back then?
I think milk actually, just because the whole thing was like, well, who doesn't drink milk?
Right.
So they were like, we know everyone's going to see this.
Right.
So even if it was out of town or in town, it doesn't matter because there's going to be a kid on the side of it, and you can be like, oh, crap, I know that kid.
Oh, but all the kidnappers were vegans, so...
They're lactose intolerant. I'm making fun of myself at this point.
No, I just always wondered, I was like, are they designing a different milk carton every week?
I think they just got like stock images, and they're like, all right, print 20 of this kid. Looks like a lost cause.
So you're saying these people weren't real?
No, they were. They was just like they had like a rotating stock of the kids. They were like, put a new missing kid on there because we got to change it up. I'm getting tired of this.
I've seen Bobby for like 2 weeks,
That's
and after 48 hours.
It. That's his real name.
Are you shitting me?
I'm pretty sure.
Bobby?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
I'm almost positive.
Not Amber?
No, Amber Alert was for a different little girl.
Okay.
These things actually come out.
Okay, we're done here. So that we've lost like 10 listeners at least.
They're so disrespectful.
Right? I mean, we've gotten Amber Alerts on the actual show before.
Yeah, because they're real common in Southern California.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Ethan Patz was the first kid on the missing milk carton.
All right. Well, Ethan, if you're out there.
Please show up. Anyway, back to Ernest Scared Stupid. Yes, so the kids ride their bike through the stores.
And the point I was making about this is they seem to keep balance and shove all of this milk with
in
one
the front
hand
and back carts of their bikes.
Right. And I'm like, looks like the coolest thing ever. Like, just to be able to pull cool stuff off with your bicycle was something I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
But
Classic
I never had a cool BMX. I had this banana seat with a giant handlebars. And I was like, I'm not cool.
I had a cool bike, but then it got stolen because I left it unchained.
I found was the bike's name Django?
Oh.
Right?
I
did an Ernest joke.
Bad.
Yay. No, I found a bike when I was a kid, and my mom was like, we got to do the right thing, and we'll turn it into the police, and if nobody claims it, then you can have it, right? And nobody claimed it, and then I had it, and I took it out the first day to ride it around, and guess what?
You found the owner?
Some white trash hick woman came out of her lawn as I was riding by and be like, that's my son's bike! Right? And I was like, no, it's my bike. She's like, you stole it. Right? We had to get the cops involved. The cops came over. She had of all things, her yard was trashy and shitty. Right? And she had the fucking receipt for the bike. Of all
She's
things.
a hoarder.
She didn't even have all her teeth, but she had the receipt for the bike.
In my small town, once I got a new bike, and in my small town, there was this trailer. It was kind of like our version of Trailer Park Trash, but there was a motel that everyone lived in. And it was on the main street, and so I had to pass it coming back from school, and so I'd ride my bike to and from school sometimes when the weather was nice. And once, after I got the new bike, these kids came out, and they were like, you got our bike, you stole it. And I was like, no, I didn't, got this for Christmas. And, kept riding. I was like, you're stupid, I'm not going to fall for that. So I just rode off. I'm smarter than
me
am now. No, I was really dumb as an adult. Yeah. I am really dumb as an adult. I was a smarter kid.
Yeah. They cornered me. Literally, yeah. I was riding down a dead-end street in the first place, and I was like, I have to ride back. Oh. And then there was 3 people standing in the street waiting for me. Oh. Yeah.
Gosh, that's scary.
Yeah.
So then,
anyway.
the kids steal the milk. The shop owner's like, your mask don't fool me. I know who you are. And then, doesn't have the power. Yeah, doesn't have the power to stop a child on a bike.
Right.
He just falls into a big box display.
Of checks.
Yeah, checks. That's next to the meat counter, which I was like, that's weird, but all right, grocery logic. Because when you're buying meat, you also think of cereal.
Sure.
So then we flash over. Ernest is at the tree, and the trolls are being birthed from the earth, and Ernest is trying
the earth.
Yeah. I was like, that's a pretty cool sentence. Ernest is trying everything he can to stop the trolls from being born. He at one point grabs a trash can and sits on one of the heads that's coming out of the ground. And all the trolls are born fully clothed, which blessed, but
with,
also
like, with nails in their face, like they're
yeah,
like the ghost
and they
from
have
13
weapons
Ghosts.
as well.
It's the hammer.
They were born prepped, which like kind of cool, but also like doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Almost as if like they were also like cursed souls or something.
Yeah.
I don't understand that either. Like some have like chainmail on, some have like battle axes. Like nothing makes any sense. So now
heartbreak.
the townsfolk have gone there to like pitchfork it out
Because they saw one of their kids finally get taken by a troll.
Right.
They were like, oh, this is a real threat.
Right. And so they go there, and then the troll army like attacks them, and
But they attack all these people, but not to the point of death.
no, just kind of terrorizing them for no reason. And this is where Ernest is like, I'm going to go up to the treehouse and, like, you know, get the high ground.
Yeah.
And this is where he uses the ice cube shooting machine.
Yeah.
And
And does a little...
And two of the trolls have handcuffed the sheriff to his own police car.
Yeah, and they eat bullets.
They take the bullets out of his gun, swallow them, and then
they swallow like 6 bullets, if that,
because
one
it's a
falls on the ground.
revolver. Yeah. And then proceeds to the one troll hits the other troll on the back of the head in order to fire said bullets back at the sheriff. And I'm like,
But the bullets like multiply inside the troll's stomach somehow. Because he just keeps shooting.
why didn't
Really
you
bad
just
aim, though.
use the gun?
Yeah. Well, his fingers are too big.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Did they actually show that? Or
No.
you're just
trying to make sense of everything.
And then the kids show up and they have super soakers, which I love that super
Yeah.
soaker. I wish they'd
was
still
cute.
make the classic.
And he got his like
Super
handheld
soaker.
orange gun.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take a lot of milk to
Oh,
kill
the
these
Uzi
things. Yeah.
water gun? Yeah. No, it doesn't take a lot because that's what I was about to establish next. Is that like there's one troll that's like reaching through a sunroof to grab some other child in a back seat.
Yeah.
And this pirate kid dressed in like pirate clothing.
He's like, squirt,
Like,
squirt.
no, he like goes against the car, opens the carton of milk
like it's a
it's
fucking grenade. Yeah, I was
and
like,
then throws
just-
it. But then it's just the box.
It's like, blah, blah, blah.
No, it doesn't even really pour out. The box just hits the troll.
It's
and I'm
cross-contamination.
Like, that's
If the bacon even touches the pan.
not. Meanwhile, now Ernest has a bowling ball.
And this is when he does like the longest like little explanation bit of
Basically,
like,
he's pretending like he's a commentator for like a bowling competition.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, Ernest steps up for the shot, you know, and does his whole thing. And I'm like, dude, people are dying down there.
Yeah, I was like, maybe like save the people instead of being like, it's a 10-1 split. He's gonna try everything. Or it's a 7-10 split. That's what's really bad.
10-1 split.
Yeah,
11 pins.
No, there's...
Huh?
Isn't it a 7-10 split?
Yeah, but you said
Yeah.
10-1 at first.
Yeah, a 10-1 split. Like the first... Because the triangle in bowling
Oh.
is set up like 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4,
Oh,
5, 6...
number 10.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
a 10-1 split would be the one at the top of the triangle that's closest to you.
Yeah, I'm
and the one in
stupid.
the back.
We can move on.
I learned that
figured
from
it
a
out.
Disney Channel movie called
Sure.
Alley Cat Strike. A 7-10 split sucks.
Alley Cat Strike. Jesus. Was there cats involved?
No, it
Oh.
was just because that was their bowling team name.
Oh.
But so like
So he tosses the
Yeah.
bowling ball out the side of the treehouse, lands on a man dressed in a bee costume. Pretty sure that man's dead.
yeah, oh god, yeah, or at least concussed.
Right on his skull. Like he doesn't even get the intended person. Like they could have at least hit a troll,
Yeah.
and we would have felt a little better about it, right?
What do you think are like the troll's intentions?
Well, sexual.
We're gonna fuck the people.
Right?
Put your
Like,
troll dicks in their mouth.
because I don't really understand because they're like kind of like hanging on to them and like dry humping legs and like just
Yeah.
doing weird stuff.
They were born for like molesting.
They're born for that. They're basically like giant gremlins.
But ooh, sorry, I just got deeper into this theory that Ernest is actually all in his own brain, and he's in like a psycho. He's like in his own mental state, doesn't understand what's going on. He's crazy. He's actually in a mental hospital imagining all of this. And he's been so sexually molested and traumatized throughout the years that he has multiple personalities to help protect him. And the trolls are a reimagination of all the people that molested him. And that's why they're molesting everyone else. Movie solved. We can all go home.
Know what I mean, Vern?
Thank you for joining us on Bomb's Way.
Yeah. So,
so the trolls start dying. The main troll goes underground and asks the demon to upgrade him. And the upgrade is like...
Didn't know demons and trolls like work together.
The upgrade is like more horns, bigger teeth, and like weird, creepy tentacles that constantly flail on the outside. It's a disgusting upgrade.
Yeah, so like blue marshmallow ghosts float around him, right? Like Boo Berry.
Yeah.
The cereal floats around him. And turns him into just more like, yeah, you're right. He just has like I don't know, dicks out the side of his face.
So
like
gross.
I don't know what it
it
is. Because his ears are weird too.
Yeah.
His ears are weird through the whole thing. Like they're just like 3 chodes. I don't even know.
So then,
and then like Kenny tells Ernest that it's all about the milk.
Yeah, but
right?
after that, Kenny gets turned into a wooden doll as well.
Yet.
Oh.
This is where Ernest goes into his other schizophrenia bits. Like, again.
The kid points it out.
Right? Yeah, this is the kid, he's like, I don't have time for this schizophrenia bullshit, basically. Like, to sum it up, right? He says it out loud. And then I'm like, whoa. Like, did he change into all these costumes while people around him are being murdered? Or sexually molested, at least? Right? This is where they use the dog food launching machine, but now they're launching
cartons of milk. Oh, of ice cream.
What is it?
Or
is
yogurt?
That ice cream
no, it's
or
yogurt.
yeah,
it's
yogurt. But they're not taking the lid off the yogurt. So
they want it to hurt a little bit,
right? Oh, that's what you said. Cross contamination. It just needs to touch.
Yeah.
The canister needs
because you just need like a little bit of milk.
Because it says milk on the side.
Yeah.
And they use the helicopter launching machine, right? The old lady with the neck brace uses that one.
Yeah.
And then
they're all
everything. We think everything's good.
Yeah.
Right.
All
Everybody's
the
like,
trolls also
yay!
they melt into like goopy, like actual gross, like blood.
Yeah,
and bones.
like blood and bones. Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
It was weird. It was just blood, bile,
That's one
and
for
bones.
the Natural History Museum.
Right. And then, this one. They kill one of the trolls with powdered milk.
Yeah.
Pretty sure powdered milk has no milk in it whatsoever.
Yeah, because that would spoil.
Right.
Maybe they're like traces of dairy, like powdered cheese.
Well, it's just a bit at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I was just like, would you even get that? Like, just you could have saved room in your basket and gotten one more carton of milk.
Also, what is the one child that went over to the powdered milk section and was like, "Got a box"?
Because it's not in the same
I know.
section.
They had to search for that in
Right.
a tiny ass grocery store.
Just for the bit. Come on, guys, we're doing a bit. Get the powdered milk.
So, yeah, upgrade troll.
Get the
comes
Ovaltine.
out.
See what happens. Get the Nesquik.
I'd be like, get the Nesquik and give it to me. I'm gonna go home and drink it, and then I just leave.
What about chocolate
I
milk?
got
No,
free-
that's racist.
Yeah. Oh, racism is next week.
Yeah.
Yes. So then, Kenny and Ernest are having a face-off with the upgraded troll. Kenny
Right.
tries to use his handgun, but it doesn't work, and the troll's like, "Milk doesn't work on me." Turns Kenny to
Which
like
is
a
just
wooden
weird.
statue. Yeah.
It's just like, now it just doesn't.
And then Ernest jumps down and starts to battle the troll. Meanwhile, there's a crack in the earth that's spewing out fire, so no one can help him as well because you
Right.
need to somehow make the people not help Ernest.
Yeah.
And Ernest realizes that it's like unconditional love that'll defeat the troll.
But the troll did turn Kenny into wood and then stepped on him.
Yeah,
Just jumped
Jumped
out of the
on
tree,
him.
broke his back.
I know. I was like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
So Ernest goes and hugs the troll and is like, I love you so much.
This is the other part of the rhyme.
Yeah.
So basically there were 2 ways to kill the troll,
Yeah.
right? One was milk, and the other one is the heart of a child,
Yeah.
right?
Which
But
Ernest has.
Ernest somehow... Thank you. Right? No, that's the brain of a child?
Yeah. Well,
but,
he got a heart transplant last week.
Okay, so they're saying so they're saying that it's unconditional love kills the troll. Which is that's stupid. One, because like this
who
entire
can love something that ugly?
Well, this entire thing that he does, dancing with the troll, kissing the troll,
Yeah, that's
it's
not love.
really conditional.
Yeah,
And it's an act. Like, it's not real. He doesn't really love it. And if he doesn't actually really love it, would he actually kill it? No.
no, yeah,
So, what a stupid,
yeah.
stupid thing.
But you got
To put some sort of heart into a heartless movie.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why did we, like, out of nowhere? Like, that's why it's so weird when that kid in the bear suit is like, I love you, Mommy. And it's like a heartfelt moment. You're like, when did this movie and why did this movie get a heart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love, like, that's my reaction too whenever someone tries to love me. My head blows up. I'm like, what? You. So, yeah, I'm emotionally stunted.
But also, how the hell would Ernest have figured that out?
He
Out of
wouldn't have,
everything.
yeah.
He wouldn't have. Because he's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like this title.
So the death of the troll brings back everyone that was turned to wood, even the children that were turned to wood centuries ago.
Right.
What looks like a century ago.
I like how he disappears and there's like one blue like ghost fart. Like,
yeah.
I was like, you just had to throw that one in there for one final bit.
And they're Eartha Kitt's siblings. So, and they're like, how did you get so old? I'm like, that's called growing up. Don't point that out. Jeez.
Right? But at the same time, that's the thing that doesn't make sense. They are in like colonial clothes, but this is supposed to be 90s.
Yeah.
Right? So, what? She's not that old. She's not like 200 years old.
If she's like a witch, she could be 200 years old.
But she's not a witch. She's
I
never
mean,
been
she had all
established.
those
She doesn't
spells.
cast a single spell.
She had all those books of spells.
She had books. She just had books. She was a crazy cat lady. She was a crazy metal welding lady. She wasn't a witch. It makes no sense.
We don't know all that because we didn't see all those books. I like to believe she's a witch because it's Eartha Kitt and she'll never die. Please don't die after we post this. Oh my God. Cursed podcast.
So Rimshot also, of course, comes back.
Well, Ernest is looking around and everyone has their loved ones and they're hugging and they're kissing and Ernest is putting on a pouty face and Eartha Kitt's like, what's wrong? And Ernest is like, well, I didn't get anything. He is upset he didn't get like a prize for it, even though everyone is literally just like cheering him and picking him up. But then they're like, oh shit, our kids are back. We don't care about you.
Right.
It's like, what happened? And then Rimshot jumps out of the car, runs over, and he's like, oh, Rimshot. And then he does something that like is it comically happens in other things between two people that love each other a lot, like so much that they're about to bone. Yeah, they go below the screen so you can't see what's happening. I'm like, what is he doing to that dog?
And then Eartha Kitt looks at us and the audience and basically like apologizes for the whole movie.
Yeah. That's good on her part, though.
Right? She gives us this look of being like, I am so sorry. Yeah. I am so sorry. And then looks at him one more time like, he's gonna fuck that dog.
Yeah, real talk.
Right? He's probably coming home with me because he doesn't have a job now. And roll credits.
Yep,
that's it. So
W's.
Yeah, W's. How do you feel?
I would watch this again, but maybe it's just
I've watched
kind of
it many times as an adult.
Yeah, like background noise, or like it's good for a TV movie around Halloween time. Like, I don't know, ABC's 13 Nights of Halloween or something.
That's really accurate.
Yeah,
you always get it.
Well,
on
I guess now
like
it's
I just feel like
freeform.
I'm repeating what you say most of the time on these.
Well, it's because I have really good ideas.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I would also probably watch it like. Maybe it's like a night in with like the significant other, and you're just kind of like smooching and watching.
You're gonna show him this one?
No, God, no. I will not show my boyfriend this. He deserves better,
right?
Once I was like, these movies.
How about your significant other, whoever you are out there, not mine?
Well, I was talking to him. I was like, we're doing these movies. And he was like, we could watch them together. And I was like, no, you don't want to sit and like watch these with me because I just sit there and I'm like, what else could I be doing?
Yeah. I take pauses.
Yeah, I take a lot of... Okay, I didn't want to admit it, but I was like, usually it takes several days to watch one movie.
Yeah, very much. Especially if it's something I've seen before. If I've never seen it before, all the way through. Like, I only took one pause on the next week's show. Just to
I took one pause on this, but it was a week-long pause.
Mine too.
I was like, oops.
So yeah, my W's would be very much the same. I would do it. I would edit it into clips.
Yeah.
You know, I probably wouldn't recommend
if you have a family.
Yeah.
Like you could watch it with your kids, and it could be a little spooky but good.
In the defense, something that we haven't really brought up is that Jim Varney himself commits himself to this character
he's
the
amazing.
whole time.
Yeah.
And he's great. I guess it's extremely it's this weird like in between of being like, okay, these jokes are well beyond what a child could possibly understand, most of them, you know, but just too simple for us adults.
It's very much one of those like late 80s, early 90s kind of characters. It's like child entertainer that like is wacky, weird, like Pee Wee Herman,
Mr. Bean.
Yeah, Mr. Bean. It's that kind of like, you know, like as a child, you know they're doing something funny, so you laugh.
But I still
as
love
an adult,
both of
you know
them.
they're doing something funny, but like it's not that actually funny. But you're like kind of living off the memory of being a child. So it's like they hit that middle ground, but it's not directly for each party.
Yeah, that's accurate. But yeah. He was a great actor, and I mean this character, I think it just run its course. Yeah. Because at this point, this was how many theatrical movies?
This was the last theatrical movie that they released because the audience deemed it too scary for kids.
Okay.
Because the trolls actually are pretty terrifying.
So, before this, you had Ernest Goes to Camp in '87, Ernest Saves Christmas, which I really love. Ernest Goes to Jail in 1990, and then Ernest Scared Stupid. They're your theatrical released movies.
Yeah.
And then after then you had Ernest Rides Again, Ernest Goes to School, Slam Dunk Ernest, Ernest Goes to Africa, and Ernest in the Army. Which,
yikes.
Yeah, right? We're like, I don't understand how you as a actor can keep doing it. Like, even Paul Rubens is like... He did Pee-wee now 3 times, you know, plus the television show, and I think...
Didn't they do a remake on Netflix?
Well, that's the third that I'm talking about, yeah. Because he did the original Tim Burton one, and then he did Big Top Pee-wee, and then did the show, or somewhere in there. He said some HBO specials, and then just did this recent Netflix thing. But if you've seen the Netflix one, that was a stretch to get through.
Yeah.
That was rough. I want it to be really good, and like I feel like everybody.
That's what we should have done for Netflix November.
Ooh, so yeah, that's how it goes for Ernest Scared Stupid. Speaking of Netflix November, coming up next week is our first entry into our Netflix series. It will be 2004's White Chicks, starring the Wayans brothers, and directed by Damon Wayans. Other than that, also coming up, if you did not catch our Shorties episode, we will be doing Wild Wild West and The Village.
Yay!
We're revisiting M. Night from our first episode ever.
Because this is the one when he started to go downhill. The Village was the one where it was like, we know you love twists.
Yeah. It's a twist. So be sure to look out for that. Make sure you follow us, all our social networks, at Bombs Away Show. That's Facebook, that's Twitter, that's Instagram. Contact at bombsawayshow.com is our email address. Write to us. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know if we missed anything, we didn't point out anything, we're a little long-winded, anything like that. I don't care. But stop texting us personally. Just put it out there on the message boards.
I love you, friends. I love that you're contacting me.
Yes, I do too. Thank you.
But I love it better when I see that you've like rated and reviewed.
Absolutely.
Just go to iTunes. You know,
and thank
really
you for
great.
all the new rates and reviews. Thank you out there, people.
And thank you for participating in Netflix November. But what's even better, because you saw how short it is to just go online, click a few buttons, maybe type a few things if you thought there was another one that we should do, and then you're done. It's also that easy to do on iTunes.
Yeah, and I know we're repeating ourselves. I know we said this all in the shorty, but you know, it really helps. So,
and it's much appreciated.
Yes, thank you so much.
Love you to death, and we couldn't do this without you.
Absolutely. So, we'll see you next week, folks, for Netflix November. And I'm Jonathan.
I'm Jarrett.
Bombs away.
Hey, this is Jarrett with the Bombs Away podcast, and we are here in the Frida Cinema recording our podcast. So the Frida Cinema is a program of the Long Beach Cinematique, and it's located here in Santa Ana in Southern California. It serves the neighboring communities, and it is a non-profit art house cinema dedicated to enriching, connecting, and educating communities through the art of cinema. It's here to entertain, and that's why the entertainment industry exists. So what they show on these screens is pretty amazing. They have things such as the Director's Series, and it features directors such as Martin Scorsese, Mel Brooks, and Lloyd Kaufman. Lloyd Kaufman, if you didn't know, did The Toxic Avengers and The Class of Nukem High. They also have something called Friday Night Freakouts, and this is presented by OC Weekly. It has films that are among the horror or sci-fi kind of genre. They've done films such as Lost Boys, Hackers, and The Room. They've also featured anime like Your Name and Akira. Some other things they do are double features. They've done things such as Hot Fuzz mixed with Shaun of the Dead, which is actually two pretty good films. They also show a lot of cool things among the lines of indie films. They have The Void, which is currently on Netflix, and they also have had Academy Award-winning films such as Best Film winner Moonlight, which I think is pretty awesome that it showed in this space before it actually went up. If you want more information about showtimes, location, and everything film and entertainment related to the Frida Cinema, you can go to www.thefridacinema.org. You can also follow on Facebook at facebook.com/thefridacinema and on Instagram and Twitter at thefridacinema. The Frida Cinema, for filmmakers, for filmgoers, and for you.
This has been a production of Big Bulb Entertainment, executive produced by Jonathan Young. For more media and information, visit us at www.bigbulbentertainment.com. Big Bulb, what's your bright idea?